Hi, welcome back to Bite-Sized Moments with AJ with another home office edition. In case you're wondering, the home office editions happen when I end up at home when it's time to do the videos. A lot of times that means it's late in the day since I prefer to drive home in the middle of my work day after doing what I need to do for collaboration. I avoid traffic that way. It's great. But if I'm doing them here, it means time management has not gone my way that day. So that is actually a great lead-in into what we're talking about today, which is goals, why they're important, and how to set them effectively. I've shared this on this series before a few times, and if you know me, you know this. I have ADHD. And for me, the symptom that is the worst is probably executive dysfunction, closely followed by time blindness. What that means is that goals are really hard for me. They cause a lot of anxiety, especially if they're not well formed. So I've learned a lot about setting goals for myself and what type of goals to let others set for me over the past few years as I have worked towards where I am today. Goals are an important part of that. It's hard for me to keep up with goals, but it's important. Once I started looking at goals as a tool and not a hurdle, it helped a lot. But that doesn't mean that they're easy. I have a really hard time setting goals. I often need help with that because of the executive dysfunction. So if you don't know what executive dysfunction is, basically imagine a business without an executive. There's no one to tell it what to do or where to go. There's a lot of decisions that don't get made. And there's a lot of just wasted time. My brain does not have an executive. It has no one to say, this is the next step, do this. Practically what that means is that I need help prioritizing and I need help sometimes breaking things down into bite-sized chunks. Bite-size. Because I see the end goal. I see the end of a project and I can't always work backwards about how to get there, which is really at odds with the fact that I'm really good at figuring things out. So you would think that would go hand in hand, but it doesn't. It's weird. I don't understand it sometimes. So this means that goals are an important tool for me. And we as a company use Traction EOS, which talks about rocks your big goals and then breaks them down smaller, and that's really important for a well-running team, but especially if you are working with someone who's neurodivergent, because they can kind of break down those in-between steps and make sure that you're getting where you need to go. So the first step for setting a good goal is with SMART goals. If you don't know what a SMART goal is, it's a goal that's specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-bound or timely. I feel like most people do know this, but if you don't, there you go. So what this means is that you're not setting some pie in the sky goal. So we'll use language learning as an example. You can say, I want to learn French. That's my goal, is to learn French. Well, that's a really big, broad goal. However, if you say that your goal is to get a 30-day French streak on Duolingo, it's specific. It's a 30-day streak, not I know French. It's measurable. The app is measuring it for you. You have to pass the proficiency tests to move forward. It's achievable. Maybe not 30 days for everyone. Maybe you need to I start with a 5-day goal. These videos are a great example for me, and I will loop back to that and not bunny trail. It's relevant. I'm assuming you need to learn French for a reason. It's always good to communicate with other people. But if your overarching goal is to learn French, it's relative to that big goal. And then it's time-bound. 30 days. 30 days. That's it. So that can help you with even breaking down big goals. As I said, if your overarching goal is to learn French, breaking it down into those streaks where you start with 5 days and you give yourself to obtain a 5-day streak within the first week. That's attainable. It's relevant, it's time bound, and then you can build off of that onto the next step. So that's number one. Keep those things in mind when you're setting your goals. I've mentioned a few times setting levels of goals. So I'm going to loop back to these videos. So I started doing these videos because I need to get more comfortable speaking and teaching, because one of my goals is to transition within the next 3 to 5 years to being primarily a teacher and coach at the academy. I have a few courses now, and they're kind of like these videos. Sometimes I stutter, sometimes I stumble, and sometimes I go off on rabbit trails. But by giving myself the goal of doing one 10-minute video every day in order to feel more confident in front of the camera and interacting with people who might have negative opinions, because I also have social anxiety, I'm building the confidence I need to be a better coach, to be a better teacher. So it's specific. My goal this week is to do one 10-minute video every day of work, which is 5. So 5 10-minute videos in the next 7 days. It's measurable. It's 5. It's achievable with my time management. It's relevant to my overarching goal, and it's time bound. I have a week. Now, this is part of the 365-day challenge, which I'm not doing weekends yet. I'm working up to it. But, that is a great example of how to set and use a goal. And then from there, I break that down further into daily goals. So every day, I have these videos as a card in Monday. And on there, I start with my daily goal is to get one video out before the end of the day and to be happier with it than I was yesterday. That's not actually really relevant. So I sit down and I break that down further. Step 1, lay out my bullet points. Step 2, set up my camera. Step 3, jump in, start talking, take 15 takes. Finally have one I'm happy with. Step 4, upload it. Step 5, do a little thing on Instagram. And that's really where I'm at. And all this to achieve a goal. Goals, you don't have to be running a company for goals to be important. You don't have to be neurodivergent for goals to be important. Goals are a tool that will help you achieve better things by helping you know how to hold yourself accountable. And that's really what it is. Goals are just a measuring stick. They're a way to quantify what you need to get done in order to get to that next step. Goals keep you on track. They help you prioritize. They help you keep your pace. And they're very important. And I feel like I started out with this video being why rules are important. Not rules, why goals are important. And I feel like we all intrinsically have an idea of why goals are important, but I think especially people who struggle with executive dysfunction or weren't taught how to prioritize, they feel like a burden. They feel like a hurdle to clear. I've set so many goals in my life that I didn't know how to achieve, and learning the process of breaking them down into smaller and smaller pieces and using the S.m.a.r.t methodology to measure one against the other to make sure that I'm on the right path has really, really helped. The other thing that really helped is having a team. Goals are harder when you're alone. So whether it is a mastermind group, a coach, fellow employees, a well-loved boss, any of those people can help you keep on track with those goals, keep moving forward. And that's the important thing. I don't feel like these videos are where I want them yet, but I'm doing them. I'm completing the goals, and I feel like some days are better than others. Some days are more rambly than others. This was a more rambly one, but I feel like it's one where I actually spoke with more confidence, so I'll take it. But yeah, goals are important because they help you improve. They make you a better person. And they're hard, but they're worth it. Well, thank you for joining me today. I hope that this is a great week for everyone, and I hope to see you 4 more times this week. Thanks. Have a good day. Bye.